Hello, my name is Mohamed Bulbul. Welcome to our daily news in English at Kaab Somali TV. And here are today's our main top stories making headlines. Somalia international partners strongly condemn the ongoing fighting in Lazano town. NISA issued warning against the local businessmen with dealing with Al-Shabaab fighters. IOM says over 1 million migrants in need of assistance in the Horn of Africa. UN says rising seas risk death sentence for some nations. Somalia international partners strongly condemn the ongoing fighting in Lazano town. Somalia's international partners have strongly condemned the continued violence in Lazano town and expressed their serious concern about reports regarding the mobilization of armed groups. The international partners are also deeply concerned about the shelling of civilian infrastructure, which has resulted in casualties and widespread displacement. Attacks against civilians must stop immediately. They urged all sides to adhere to the ceasefire and engage in constructive dialogue to establish a pathway towards a peaceful resolution. The international partners reiterate its call for unhindered humanitarian access to the urgent address the needs of those displaced and impacted by the ongoing violence. On the other hand, the death toll of last Anod battle rises to 82 people, while 400 others were wounded, according to medical officials. Some of the seriously injured were taken to hospitals in Garowe, while others were brought to the capital city of Mogadishu. The United Nations estimates that more than 80,000 people have fled last Anod, some of whom are facing dire conditions. NISA issued warning against the local businessmen dealing with Al-Shabaab fighters. The National Intelligence and Security Agency NISA has issued a warning to businessmen who were recently called by Al-Shabaab militant group, according to a statement from the National Intelligence. According to the agency's statement, Al-Shabaab has ordered some Mogadishu businessmen to travel and meet with them in Lower Shabelle region. This statement, which was published on the agency's Twitter page, which was warned Somalis in areas close to the Al-Shabaab fighters, as the statement stated that the group is always a target for security agencies. This warning from NISA comes as the Forensic Investigation Center, FRC, issued tough decisions related to the terror financing and money laundering in different parts of the country. The center has directed the telecommunication companies and telephone service providers, as well as mobile money service providers, to register their SIM cards with at least a photograph and a fingerprint for each customer with a new SIM card. IOM says over 1 million migrants in need of assistance in the Horn of Africa. The International Organization for Migration, IOM, and 47 other partners have appealing today $48 million to provide the humanitarian and development assistance to over 1 million migrants and the communities hosting them, many of whom are vulnerable and in need of urgent help along the eastern route from the Horn of Africa to Yemen. The appeal made through multi-agency regional migrant response plan for the Horn of Africa and Yemen framework will address the dire humanitarian needs as well as protection risks and vulnerabilities that migrants in the region face and scale up the delivery of life-saving and resilience-building initiatives, as well as pursue the implementation of long-term sustainable solutions for migrants and host communities. In 2022 overall, the number of migrants who entered Djibouti almost doubled compared to the previous year. United Nations says rising seas risks death sentence for some nations. The United Nations chief warned Tuesday that global sea level have risen faster since 1900, and their relentless increase puts countries like Bangladesh, China, India, and Netherlands at risk and acutely endangers nearly 900 million people living in low-lying coastal areas. Thank you for your watching.